It's imperative as you are on this journey of mastering manifestation and coming into the understanding that you are the creator of your universe, that you optimize using the tools given to you as a way of understanding that you are just not your body, right? You are not your emotions. You are not your thoughts, but in fact that they are tools to help you, consciousness, to create and fulfill your purpose, to ultimately create and fulfill and do the things that you're meant to do, that you're actually custom built to do and experience. Now, I've talked to you about what I call the trinity of manifestation, which is the mind, the body, and the spirit, and how those things are not who you are, but in fact tools for who you are, being consciousness, to propel you forward and actually materialize and manifest the things that your consciousness is desiring to create for itself. Now, when we talk about mind, body, and spirit, we also want to get into what exactly they generate, because these are all things that generate energy. They generate the materialization of that which you desire. And when you understand the significance of these three things and what they actually generate, how they generate the energy to propel you forward, to think properly, to feel the emotions that align with abundance, which is the truth as to what this universe is, and also allow you to move forward and take action in alignment with what you desire, then you come into the true essence of mastering manifestation. And so what I want to get into is helping you to understand how to direct these energies, essentially the energy of thought, the energy of emotions, and the energy of action, because those are the expressions of the mind, the body, and the spirit, okay? The mind being thought, the emotions being spirit, and the actions being expressions of the body. And when you understand how these things intertwine with you creating the things that you desire and how to direct them, then you gain a better understanding as to what exactly you're supposed to do with this or in this experience of being human in this physical realm. Now, let's get into thought. We understand that our thoughts can be influenced by the things that we input, the things that we consume, the things that we listen to, the things that we hear from others, right? The things that we read, the movies and the music that we listen to and watch. Those things essentially begin to cultivate and curate a reality, so to speak. Now, how we perceive those things will ultimately define that reality. So you have to understand that whatever you take in and how you perceive and define and understand that will eventually create the framework by which you live from, right? The reality by which you are creating. And when you're creating this reality, you have to be mindful about the fact that you are in charge of this reality, okay? Well, most people take in the information and they only stop there, not realizing that they have the power to define, recreate, and thus create a sense of power and agency over what it is that they are essentially experiencing. We're not just experiencing it and have no part in the experience. You have to recognize that what you say about the experience, how you feel about the experience, how you decide to take in that information is also a very important part or element of the experience itself. Now, when it comes to directing the energy of thought, you have to understand that when you are aligned with a sense of purpose, a sense of understanding that what you desire is and should be very important to you, then you understand that it really doesn't matter what you take in, even though there is a sense of quality about what you take in to support you into what it is that you wish to create. But essentially, it doesn't matter what you take in as long as you recognize that how you put out, right, whatever you've taken in can be directed productively toward you creating the thing that you want. So in other words, if you're in an environment, say you're in a place of low poverty and people are ignorant on how to create finances or create and generate opportunities and understand and tap into abundance, you can take that experience, not from a place of just accepting it as your reality, but you can take it as an opportunity for you to do something different. You can take that as a way of recognizing that this is what I no longer wish to experience. And therefore, I'm going to claim and I'm going to create an experience that is completely opposite from this poverty, reality. Okay. Say you are constantly surrounded by people who are on drugs or constantly involved in substance abuse, even down to alcohol. You can decide and actually observe what it is that those people are experiencing and how their life is being dictated or how their life is being lived based on their involvement with these substances, and decide for yourself, okay, that doesn't work. So therefore, I'm going to take that information and I'm going to redirect and I'm going to go a different direction. Okay. So those are examples of being in a space where the quality of the input is considered a low vibrational input, right? Low vibrational data or information, or low vibration experience. Whereas when you are in a high vibrational experience, say you are around people who are constantly involved in finances, then that can be used also to take you to another place, depending on how you perceive that information. If you are in the process of perceiving that information productively, then you receive all that information and then you create your own financial stability based on that. Whereas some people who are not in a space where they can be productive about their mindset and how they think, they can see that as, oh, these people are different than me. I cannot achieve what they have achieved, right? But now we're talking about really taking the energy and no matter what the circumstance is, being somebody who takes ownership over your power and taking any circumstance, any form of input or experience, and transforming that and directing that productively toward what it is that you want. No matter if the experience is a low vibrational experience or a high vibrational experience, ultimately, you get to decide. The same thing applies to your emotions. If you are at a space where you are constantly feeling low vibrational energy, such as anger, frustration, maybe even depression, depending on how you decide to change or skew those emotions, you can use those productively toward achieving your goals. You see, one of the major words that we often use when it comes to transformation is making a breakthrough. And I often say that that word in itself is a word that really gets into the aggression of using negative or low frequency emotions in a productive way. Because oftentimes when we think of breakthrough, we think of breaking through a wall. And that often gives you a picture of violence, of being angry, of being fed up. And sometimes for a lot of people, those emotions will allow you to actually make the change in your life. Okay. Now those are low vibrational, emotions, but they can be done and used productively when it comes to how you decide to actually take ownership of these emotions. When you are clear about your path and what you want, it doesn't ultimately matter about what it is you're experiencing or going through or feeling, as long as you direct that energy toward fulfilling and achieving the goal and the desire that you want. You see, now, if you are feeling high vibrational emotions such as happiness, joy, and excitement, passion, then those are going to feel better, okay? Those are what I call more sustainable emotions, because you see, the low vibrational emotions of anger and sadness and being pissed off is low vibrational, but it's not sustainable, because you won't be able to continue to maintain those emotions over a long period of time without experiencing burnout. But when you get to a point of making the breakthrough, then you can transition from these low vibrational emotions to high vibrational emotions by practicing things like gratitude and recognizing that you don't have to be pissed off anymore. You don't have to be sad or depressed or angry, because now you're beginning to make transformation once you experience that breakthrough. But ultimately, the emotions still gets to be directed in a productive way toward whatever it is that you desire, when your mind is still and completely focused on that desire. And now when we get into the body, being mindful that the body is made to move. And when you're not moving, you have to realize that you are not aligning your body with the thoughts, with the emotions. And that's going to pull you back, right? That's going to slow down the process of materialization. But when you direct the body in a way that says, well, okay, if I'm going to sit here and watch a movie and not be active in my body, then maybe I can do something more productive, like be on my laptop and post about my business or write something, or I can plan out a trip or plan out how I'm going to be more active with my body, how I can actually take the physical steps to get from point A to point B. But eventually you have to do the action. You have to do and move the body in order to properly align all three of these pillars, or all three of the Trinity, in order to actually get you going and get you actually creating the thing that you want to materialize as fast as possible. So you must recognize that this comes down to your ability to take ownership of any circumstance, because no matter the circumstance, when you are clear and you are aware as to your power as a creator, as the creator of your reality, then no matter the circumstance, you can direct the thoughts, the emotions, and the actions toward you achieving the goal, you achieving the objective, the mission, and you materializing and manifesting the thing that you truly desire. But you have to take that ownership. When you don't take ownership of all three of these things, then you fail to really tap into your divinity. You fail to truly tap into why you are here, right? We often hear that we are spiritual beings living a human experience. Well, the human experience is about using your mind, right? Using your thoughts, using your heart, your emotions, your spirit to, inspire, to move you along, right? To get your body going, right? To move your body in a direction that is going to be optimal towards you achieving these goals, achieving this purpose, ultimately fulfilling the thing that you were custom built and made to create and fulfill in this reality. So be mindful. These are all gifts. And when you are aligning those gifts and you are directing them in the direction of the thing that you desire, then essentially it is impossible for you to fail. So understand that your desire to live happily, to be fulfilled, to be complete and understand this, self-realization as to who you are is a matter of coming into the understanding as to all this experience, all that you have is something that is guaranteed. Once you recognize that all of these elements are there for you to win, right? The playing field is rigged for you to win. But we get distracted by the ego. We get distracted by these belief systems that were given and passed down to us. We get distracted by thinking that these negative or low vibrational situations or low vibrational emotions, low vibrational thoughts, right? Low vibrational, energy or association with our body. We think that that is who you are. And that is not who you are. Those are the tools that you, the true you, use to actually create and materialize the thing that you're meant to do. All right. Thank you so much. Feel free, go to drabundant.com, subscribe to my daily newsletter, and get access to this free ebook, The Power Within. Continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance always.